Hey music fans, as a roadie I had this great opportunity to tour with all these bands. I wrote a book about my experiences on the road and it was the #1 new release on Amazon and Bios and it's now sold millions of copies on Kindle. I'm Joel Roadie and this is my podcast, Party Like a Rock Star. Have we ever heard of a performer by the name of REN?
No.
This is my next episode with my buddy Frank Meyer. Frank Meyer is an author of a number of books, including On the Road with the Ramones, When the Wall of Sound Met the New York Underground, Van Halen, A Visual History from 1978 to 1985, and From Dude to Dad, The Diaper Dude Guide to Pregnancy. He's in a couple bands. One's called the Streetwalkin Cheetahs. The other one's called Trading Aces. He directed the film Razah, The Story of Chron, Razah Smith. And he worked as a senior content producer at Fender Musical Instruments from 2016 to 2020. His new film is called Freestyle 101, Hip Hop's History. It's out now. You can read more about it at freestyle101movie.com. Or you can click on this trailer and see what it's all about. Frank had never heard of REN. We're going to jump in this together, and we'll see what he has to say about REN. So I selected REN here, because I'm a huge fan. He was on the Justin Hawkins Rides Again podcast, and he was already doing really well. But I think that really broadened his scope, and I just find him a very strong talent. I'm giving you all these reasons to love the guy. However, you're heavily immersed in rap, especially the history of rap and R&B and whatnot, much more so than I am. And I feel he's done something that is a master stroke. And so because of your background, I'm super, super intrigued to see what you tell me about him. So we're going to jump into this and you can let me know what you think.
I'm terrified, by the way, now that you give me that intro as to what is about to happen. But all right, I'm going to play along.
I feel like I set it up like, oh, man, I'm totally playing a joke on you, but I'm not actually.
Are you about to hit and we're going to like Limp Bizkit's going to come on?
No, it really sounded, because I was very proper there. All right, let's do it.
Hi there, Ran. It's been a little while. Did you miss me? You thought you buried me, didn't you? Risky. Cause I always come back. Deep down you know that. Deep down you know I'm always in periphery. Ran, on your pleased to see me. It's been weeks since we spoke, bro. I know you need me. You're the sheep, I'm the shepherd. Not your place to lead me. Not your place to be biting off the hand that feeds me.
Hi, Ren. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself since my therapist told me I'm ill. And I've been making some progress lately, and I've learned some new coping skills. So I haven't really needed you much, man. I think we need to just step back and chill.
Ren, you sound more insane than I do. You think that those doctors are really there to guide you? Been through this a million times. Your civilian mind is so perfect at always being lied to. Okay, take another pill, boy. Drown yourself in the sound of white noise. Follow this 10-step program, rejoice. All your problems will be gone. Fucking dumb boy.
Nah, mate, this time is different, man, trust me. I feel like things might be falling in place, and my music's been kinda doing bits too. Like I actually might do something great, and when I'm gone, maybe I'll be remembered for doing something special with myself. That's why I don't think that we should talk, man. Cause when you're with me, it never seems to help.
You think that you can amputate me? I am you, you are me, you are I am we are one. Split in two, that makes one, so you see, you gotta kill you if you wanna kill me. I'm not leftover dinner, I'm not scraps on the side. Oh, your music is thriving, delusional guy. Where's your top 10 hit? Where's your interview with Oprah? Wow, your Grammys ran nowhere.
Yeah, but my music's not commercial like that. I never chase numbers, statistics or stats. I never write hooks for the radio, they never even play me, so why would I concern myself with that? But my music is really connecting, and the people who find it respect it. And for me that's enough, cause this life's been tough, so it gives me a purpose I can rest in.
Man, you sound so pretentious. Ren, your music is so self-centered. No one wants to hear another song about how much you hate yourself.
Trust me.
You should be so lucky, having me inside you to guide you, remind you to manage expectations, provide you perspective. That thing you neglected, I get it. You wanna be a big deal, next Jimi Hendrix, forget it.
Man, it's not like that.
Man, it's just like that, I'm inside you, you twat.
No, it's not, man, you're wrong. When I write, I belong.
Let me break the fourth wall by acknowledging this song. Ren sits down, has a stroke of genius. He wants to write a song that was not done previous. A battle with his subconscious, Eminem did it.
Played on guitar.
Plan B did it.
Man, you're not original, you criminal rip-off artist. The pinnacle of your success is stealing other people's material.
Ren, mate, we've heard it all before. She sells seashells on the seashore.
Fuck you, I don't need you, I don't need to hear this. Cause I'm fine by myself, I'm a genius. And I will be great, and I will make waves, and I'll shake up the whole world beneath us.
That's right, speak your truth, your fucking God complex leaks out of you. It's refreshing to ask for you, say it instead of downplay it.
Music is all about the creative process, and if people can find something to relate to within that, then that's just a bonus.
Fuck you, I'ma fucking kill you, Ren.
Well, fucking kill me then, let's fucking have you, Ren.
I'ma do it, watch me prove it. Who are you to doubt my music? Cause I call the shots, I choose if you die. Yeah, I call the shots and so I choose who survives. I'll tie you up in knots when I lock you inside.
Newsflash, I was created at the dawn of creation. I am temptation. I am the snake in Eden. I am the reason for treason, beheading all kings. I am sin, with no rhyme or reason. Son of the morning, Lucifer, Antichrist, father of lies. Mephistopheles, truth in a blender, deceitful pretender, the banished avenger, the righteous surrender. When standing in front of my solar eclipse, my name is stitched to your lips. So you see, I won't bow to the will of a mortal, feeble and normal. You wanna kill me? I'm eternal immortal. I live in every decision that catalyzes chaos, that causes division. I live inside death, the beginning of ends. I am you, you are me, I am you, friend.
Hi, Ren. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself, and I've spent half my life ill. But just as sure as the tide starts turning, just as sure as the night has dawned, just as sure as the rainfall soon runs dry when you stand in an eye of a storm. I was made to be tested and twisted. I was made to be broken and beat. I was made by his hand, it's all part of his plan that I stand on my own 2 feet. And you know me, my will is eternal. And you know me, you've met me before. Face to face with a beast, I will rise from the east and I'll settle on the ocean floor. And I go by many names also. Some people know me as hope. Some people know me as the voice that you hear when you loosen the noose on the rope. And you know how I know that I'll prosper? Cause I stand here beside you today. I have stood in the flames that cremated my brain, and I didn't once flinch or shake. So cower at the man I've become when I sing from the top of my lungs. That I won't retire, I'll stand in your fire, inspire that make to be strong. And when I am gone I will rise in the music that I left behind. Ferocious, persistent, immortal like you, we're a climate different side. When I was 17 years old, I shouted out into an empty room, into a blank canvas that I would defeat the forces of evil. And for the next 10 years of my life, I suffered the consequences, with autoimmunity, illness, and psychosis. As I got older, I realized there were no real winners and there were no real losers in psychological warfare, but there were victims and there were students. It wasn't David versus Goliath. It was a pendulum, eternally swaying from the dark to the light. And the more intensely that the light shone, the darker the shadow it cast. It was never really a battle for me to win. It was an eternal dance. And like a dance, the more rigid I became, the harder it got. The more I cursed my clumsy footsteps, the more I struggled. So I got older, and I learned to relax. And I learned to soften, and that dance got easier. It is this eternal dance that separates human beings from angels, from demons, from gods. And I must not forget, we must not forget, that we are human beings.
What'd you think?
Well, a lot going on there. I mean, he says it himself in the song that, or he makes an Eminem reference in the song. I mean, my first thought as it kind of got going was like, oh, he's kind of a singing acoustic Billy Bragg version of Eminem. You know, if Cillian Murphy were doing Billy Bragg doing Eminem, that's sort of how I would describe this guy if anyone gets those references. He certainly can rap. If you're going to the rapping part of it, there's no doubt about that. He definitely knows what he's doing. He can rhyme, he can rap, and it was interesting, compelling stuff. It did feel kind of like Eminem sort of covered that exact subject matter with Dr. Dre a few times, but certainly. But I mean, I liked what he did with it. My only real complaint would be it could use some editing. I mean, that song did not need to be 10 minutes long. I realize a good minute of that was sort of the setup of the video and the outro and stuff. Yep. But musically, I felt like there was about 3 minutes of Jim just doing the same thing over and over and over again. And like, okay, we get it. You're talking to yourself. It's different heads or personalities. But like, I don't need 5 minutes of that before we move on to the bridge of the song. Like, it went a long time before anything happened musically that was just not that chord change. So like, as a guy who appreciates a good rhyme, I go, oh yeah, it's cool. He can rap and he can sing and he's doing it together and he's got kind of an interesting style. But as a songwriter, I go, there's no way you could not have told that story. There's no way that song needed to be 10 minutes. That could have been a 5-minute thing. And I feel like it would have had more impact, because there's just a certain point where like your brain kind of goes, all right, if you're not going to take this somewhere, what are we doing? You know, that's how my brain went. But I'm not saying by any means that it's like bad or anything. I kind of really dug it. It's like at first I was like, what the hell is going on? Then as he was getting into the vibe of it, and it was all of a sudden having that forget about Dre, split personality, Eminem-y vibe. He's talking to, I was like, oh, I'm feeling this. But then 5 minutes went by and nothing else happened besides that, him talking to himself, until it hit a bridge. And then he went back to it. And then it was a spoken word. And I just kind of go, man, you could have truncated that to a tighter piece and it would have maybe had a little bit more impact.
So his other stuff is shorter. I love the length. I'm an anomaly, I guess. I love it. I just started sinking my teeth in more and more. I love some of those lines. There's
some really cool lines for sure. And I like how it's kind of starting all like internally in his brain, but by the end of the song, it's like the cosmics and the universe. And
it's 10 minutes of time. Yeah.
Right.
Get in.
So yeah, cool. It's certainly interesting sound. You don't hear I definitely would say it's unique. I'd probably want to hear some shorter stuff because that just felt like such an epic. But definitely
I'm gonna do
a
something
style you don't hear very often, you know.
Let's do something. Let's play another one of his tracks real quick because I usually go to a different artist, but I'm a Ren fan. I'm gonna do a track called Animal Flow, which he recently came out with. It's a lot shorter. And then I'm intrigued to see what you think. I don't usually do back to back the same artist, but let's jump into that real quick.
We're breaking the rules here, man. We're breaking the format.
Breaking down the walls because of Ren. Hey, the podcast is over. What are you still doing here? Well, while you're here, like and subscribe. Thanks.